he said, "Man at last knows that he is alone in the unfeeling immensity of the universe, out of which he emerged only by chance." So Monod was much taken by the fact that life is not only complex, but is complex in a very specific way. And that type of complexity emerging with that amount of specificity seemed something that was so improbable that it would happen only once in the universe. The feeling was also echoed by Francis Crick, famous for unraveling the structure of DNA. And he also thought that life seems almost a miracle, given the many special conditions which would have to be present in order for it to get going. The problem is that we have no real idea about the transformation from non-life to life. Life has not always existed in the universe. The universe has not always existed. It's 13.7 billion years old. Somehow, whether on Earth or somewhere else, a transition has to be made from some sort of mixture of chemicals to what we would regard as a truly living thing. Now, I mentioned that this pendulum has swung the other way, and many famous scientists are now on record as saying they believe that the universe is teeming with life. One such scientist is Stephen Hawking. And he uses an argument which I think personally is bogus. I'm going to tell you why. To my mathematical brain, he says, the numbers alone make thinking about aliens perfectly rational. This is an argument you'll often hear at dinner parties when talking about the possibility of life elsewhere. We all know that the universe is truly vast. As Carl mentioned in his talk, there's about 100 billion stars in our Milky Way galaxy, and there are many billions of galaxies within our observable universe. And so it does seem awfully vast. And so people will say, the universe is so big there has to be life out there somewhere. But as scientists, we're used to having big numbers and small numbers, and we know that it's very easy to be misled. And so what we actually want to know is, what are the odds? How likely is it that life will be found beyond Earth? Now, we've already heard about the Kepler mission, which is uncovering planets all the time. Many of these planets are big and hot, but some of them are small and rocky. They are Earth-like. So what we're really interested in looking for life elsewhere is Earth-like planets. That's not to say that life couldn't exist on a non-Earth-like planet. Astrobiologists love to speculate about exotic forms of life, and we already heard about the possibility of life on Titan. Titan is not Earth-like, but for now it's easier to just restrict attention to Earth-like planets with, say, liquid water.